So here we go. How to work the shortest path from A to B. So if you go to charliewatson.com Excel, then we end up here, and there's only one sheet at the moment, but I've got a few in the pipeline. So I clicked on the link, and here is the page. And there's a little picture, and down below a video. Well, this video, which you're watching. Anyhow, what you need is this one here, download shortest path. So when I click on this one, it shows up in my downloads folder, and there it is. So if I go to my downloads folder, where's that fella here? She goes. Then here it is. Now, before you open it up, if you right click on it and go to properties, you'll see that the security, this file came from another computer, might be blocked to help protect this computer. So if you run it through your virus checker first, just to make sure I haven't put anything dodgy in there, then you tick the block and apply, and then that little message goes away and okay. And then when we open it up, let's just get rid of that, and here we go. So it'll open up looking something like this, and on the sheet one, it's got a copy of, well, let's have a quick look here. I'll just move it over to here so that there's three tabs at the bottom, sheet one, and then the adjacency matrix that we set up for each problem. And then sheet two's just got a collection of old, so here's the 22 waste question, the 23 waste question, and the 24. So this is the one that it's currently set up to solve from the 24, question 4 in the 2024 waste exam. And back here on, basically, once you've entered the adjacency matrix onto the adjacency matrix tab and put the vertex names across the top, then we come to sheet one, we click on shortest path search, and done. And here it is, GECB is 26 and also GFCB is 26. So there are two shortest paths, and then it gives you a list of all the others right down to the longest possible path was 97. That's visiting, because it's shortest path, we don't revisit vertices twice. So the algorithm built into this is just got visits basically each vertex once, finds a path from the first vertex, which we've set up here. The start vertex is number 7. 7 refers to, it was G, so here is the 7 and the G, and the finish end vertex was vertex 2, which was in this case B. So, but you can choose, any starting and ending vertex when you're mucking around or trying to set up one of these questions. Anyhow, there was some, oh yeah. Now, before these will work for the average user, you probably don't have the developer tab up here. And also you might be getting some error warnings, or it wouldn't even let you open it up or disable macros. So if we go to File and down to Options and into the Trust Center and the Trust Center settings, then somewhere around here there are some macro settings. And you can see my setting is enable VBA macros, not recommended, potentially dangerous code. Now, typically this one is the default. Everything's, or maybe it's this one, disable VBA macros with some notifications. So you get a warning bar. But to get it to work, you actually need this one ticked. If you have trouble with your school or college settings, then you might have to run this at home or something. Anyway, once you've got that, we can say OK and OK to that one. And then buttons will work. Things like the shortest path search, boom, click, and there it is. So, right, we're actually ready. So what I've got here next to it is the problem from the 2021 waste exam, which I haven't done. So I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices. So if you're making up a question and you want to check that you've got the right answer, or you're playing around with setting one of these up for the students at your school, you're writing a test question or something like that, then the first job is to come into here and say how many vertices you've got A. And then we want to make a blank adjacency matrix ready for us to put all this info in. So we'll click the old blank mate, and here it is. It takes us to the adjacency matrix page, and you can see everything's been deleted except for a bunch of zeros. So now we're actually, the control room is a B, a problem's been reported with a hotspot at J. We've got to get from B to J. So we'll put B in the first one. And so here we go. I'll tap in a B when my keyboard wakes up. And then we'll just kind of work our way across. C, obviously, next, and then D, and then E, and then F, and then G, and then H. It really doesn't matter the order that you put them in here. It'll find the shortest path, whatever. And lucky last is J. Now, we also want to put them down here when we're setting it up. A little shortcut we can use. Now, the developer tab. If you don't have the developer tab here, where is my, if I go to home and back to developer, I've lost all of this here. Let me just check my settings here. File, options. What did I say in those trust center settings? Trust center, enable macros. Yeah, okay. So they should all be working okay. Yep, they're back in color now. I don't know why they disappeared. Anyhow, if you don't have this toolbar, it's quite handy. If you right-click on this ribbon here and then go to customize the ribbon, then over here on the right-hand one, you'll see that developer isn't ticked. So if I sort of say OK there, now I don't have the developer tab here. So I'll right-click on a bit of waste space there, customize the ribbon, and we'll just turn the developer one back on and say OK. So when we go to the developer tab and we go to the macro button, you'll see that there are 4 macros come up here. They're too small probably for you to see on the screen. Export the adjacency matrix, finish the adjacency matrix, make the adjacency matrix, and shortest path start. So at this stage, I just want to finish the adjacency matrix. Now, I'm just being lazy. I could have typed B, C, D to J down there, but when I press run, you can see there they are. They're automatically copied in. And then we're going to run it again. Because it's totally symmetrical, the path from B to C is identical for the path from C to B, then we can sort of save some typing time. So here we go. From B to C is 6. So in goes the 6. And then from B to D is a 7. So in goes the 7. And from B to E is a 12. So in goes the 12. And that's it. That's all the paths out of B. We move on to C. And from C, there is a path to E. So here we go. C to E is the first one alphabetically, and that is a 6. C to F is a 7, and C to G is a 14. And next from D, where there's only one path to E, so D to E, and that is a 3. When we get to E, we can go to F or H. So from E, we're going to F with a 2. And to H with a 10. Where's H? Here it is in that box, is a 10. Then we're moving on to F, and we can go to G with an 8, and F to H is a 6, and F to J is a 12. We're almost there. H to J is a 4, so the H, oh wait a minute, where are we on? G, have we missed G? G only goes to J, so we'll put G to J is a 6, and then H to J is a 4. So we've got the top half now. To fill in the bottom half of the matrix for this adjacency matrix, then we'll go back to the macros, we'll choose finish adjacency matrix again and type run, and then it just copies all of the entries above the leading diagonal and makes it a symmetrical matrix below. So we're almost ready to go. We come back to sheet 1 and we simply tap shortest path search, and it looks like I've done something wrong here, because it's saying, what it's doing wrong, it's found the shortest path from vertex 7 to vertex 2. Now, we actually need to go from vertex B, which is vertex 1, to vertex J, which is vertex 8. So back to sheet 1, and we're going to say, right, we're going to start at vertex 1 and we're going to end at vertex 8. And tap out of the box to make sure those values are in. This option here, we can either get the path outputs using ones vertex 1, 2, and 3 if we put a 1 in there, or A, B's, and C's if we leave it as 0. So I'll leave it as 0, shortest path search, and there it is. The shortest path, B, D, E, F, H, J, which agrees with what the examiners did, was 22. And The others are listed in sort of order of increasing size. So the longest path that we could find is 55, going all the way around there, visiting each vertex 1. And if I change this to a 1 and did shortest path search, then you can see now we get the vertices listed by number rather than by letter. So normally it's kind of easiest to stick with that as 0. Now, if you are making up a question for your kids in school, then you might find that you've got 3 which have actually given the shortest path. And so you can go to the adjacency matrix and maybe modify, these by up 1 or down 1, run back to here, do the shortest path search again until you've got a unique solution, which is ideal typically when you're doing these. So that's pretty much it. There's things, the only other thing we haven't looked at yet is export adjacency matrix. So if I click on that, then that's just made a little file on my desktop. If I open it up here, oops, here we go, and bring this one into control so you can kind of see what's going on here. Here it is. It's just a little opened up. It's a text file. Now, if I copy this is the adjacency matrix, but it's kind of ready to go. There's this nice, I'll just copy that with an edit copy, and then we'll get rid of that. On the web, there is this graph-online.top. And we can come into here and there's a create graph at the top here using the adjacency matrix, and we want to enter it as text. So we'll just select what's there and paste in our matrix. And then when we go plot graph, here it is. And so it's we can drag these vertices around and you can get an instant kind of visualization of what's going on there. And you can also fiddle around. Now, we just did the shortest path. The algorithms under here are somewhere, find shortest paths from vertex. So if we want to go from vertex 1 and over here path to vertex 8, then there's the kind of confirmation. Distance from vertex 1 to 8 is 22, and that was the sort of route. Now it's all kind of different to the way it was drawn out before, but this is a nice little tool. I know the old .top top level domain is actually banned by quite a few internet providers because it's very popular with phishers, spammers, all those kind of malicious sites. But you can run this through something like, what have we got? This one is Google OK, But if I'm running this in a Chrome browser anyway, so Google is automatically checking. But if you weren't sure, we could take that domain, graph online, copy that, chuck it into a safe browsing one and do a quick search on it. And current status, no available data, says Google on that one. But anyway, that's basically what that last thing was about. So there you go, download it and have fun.